Grace and blessings, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Happy Saturday. The energy is quite. Um. Hello. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Um. Happy Saturday. I am Monique, also known as the Moon Mama. Welcome to our Nodal Masterclass. This S stands for Saturn because Saturn rules Saturday. Saturn is currently in Pisces. Um, and it's going to be there until the end of the year, I believe, or something like that, before it goes into Aries. Thank you, Chef Jade, the doula. Um, so we are. I'm not going to do a lot of talking today because but I'm going to talk about the thing that's important: silence. It's important for us to find space in our lives to have silence, where we are contemplative, internal, where we're not looking for external direction or guidance, where we truly are learning to practice being receptive to the voice, the spirit, the power that is within us, taking direction, being obedient. And that requires silence, it requires listening. Um, Pisces season. I'm usually sleepy. Like Pisces is where things come to end, and Pisces is the imagination. So maybe you'll notice, like during Pisces season, especially those people who are Pisces, we Pisces rising, we just go to sleep. Like literally, I okay. Um, you said this morning I received a message about definitions. It was around also doing and being, doing and being. We can use external tools to use as a vehicle for whatever it is. Okay. I don't know what that means, right? Because I think everybody's information is different, right? So, but it's a can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, I think I'm good. Um One of the things that's significant about understanding that we're individual, and I share the things that work for me, and if they work for you, great. And if they don't, then find something else that does. Create something else that does. And um, so yeah, so that is that. But Pisces season. So the blue candle is for Pisces. Pisces is about devotion. And devotion is so important, you all. There is such a we all in our culture, we lack devotion and we lack discipline. And I see that in my own personality, like wanting things now, thinking that spirituality is actually easy, and because it's crystals and prayers and chants, that it's an easy thing, but it is the most difficult thing. Like, it requires devotion. You have to pay your dues. And you don't hear people really saying that, but the universe is not, you are the universe and you are one with the universe, right? But the universe requires a certain code or frequency from each of us to open up to be what it is meant to be through us. And there's some earning in that. It's just not something that happens because you want it. You have to be able to contain it. You have to be able to hold and contain the energy. And I'm seeing that so clearly now. Like when I was young and I really wanted to have the energy and power that I have now, that I'm just beginning to cultivate. And now I see how challenging it is, how the energy is expansive, it expands you. So right now there's a lot of frustration and a lot of um things seeming like they're not moving, seeming like it's not working, because Mars has been retrograde in Cancer and has been stationed to go direct for the last 10 days. So it's creating a lot of irritation. And when you understand this stuff and you have a tool and you have the language, then the universe sees that you are dedicated, you're devoted, you're learning, you're understanding how things work. You're not just expecting something to happen in the external because you want it. You are doing the due diligence. You need to know the math, right? Like it's one thing to just have the answer, but it's another thing to know how the equation actually works. And that's the same for your spirituality and your self mastery. You have to know why you think the way you think, how you think the way you think. It doesn't just go away because you are now in this other perspective. And don't get me wrong, sometimes there are things that happen that way, pretty, immediate, but to be able to contain it. It's one, if something happens immediately, we often don't have the foundation to hold it or to sustain it, to build your capacity so that you actually are worthy in the actual practicality of who you are here to be. And you're already worthy, you're born worthy. But there's something about experience, there's something about devotion and time that purifies that clarifies that helps you understand. When I first started doing this work many, many years ago, I didn't know anything. But then a few years ago, I started working with a body healer. And they are someone they're in their 70s, they might even be in their 80s, and they've been studying for years and they get it, right? They just, and they're humble and they are very humble and very much like, I don't know much. That's how they move through the world. Like, I don't know much. And they know far more than what I know. And I would go and I would ask questions, and he would say to me, "You're not ready for the answer for that." And I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I'd be like, "What do you mean I'm not ready?" And he was like, "You just don't have the capacity to really hold what that means." And now that I have been doing the work to heal my body and transform karmic patterns and shift my eating habits, and now I understand what he means. But no one could have told me this prior. And now I understand the why of it and the perspective. It's and let me say this, and I really don't understand. I don't understand. I just kind of see what he meant. I just kind of see what he meant. That's what I'll say. I just see what he meant. And but I'm beginning to be more obedient and trust the process more and surrender more. And that is Pisces. Pisces means that it's time for us to surrender, to let go. And letting go means letting go of analysis, letting go of trying to figure it out, trying to fix it. Silence. Silence. Go rest. Go to sleep. Go sit in the bathtub. Go sit next to a tree. Go listen. Go watch butterflies. Go feel the cool air. Go put your feet in, like, just go be in the experience of it. Because that's why we're doing all this work, so that we can actually be in the experience of our connection to the divine, to the universe, to yourself, which is you. It's just you. It's the God in you. So today the moon is in Sagittarius, and the moon in Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Gemini, opposite the moon. So Jupiter in Gemini is about taking on new perspectives and expanding your consciousness, expanding your perspective, seeing things from a different way of being. And the moon in Sagittarius says, have faith. But faith means preparing, it means studying and learning. One of the things that I see about Sagittarius often, first of all, they're the luckiest people on the planet. They always land on their feet. And that creates a feeling of exuberance. Things just work out for them generally. And then because of that, things work out because they're lucky and blessed. So they often don't know the math. They just know that it's going to work out, which is an incredible gift. And when we are transforming from one way of being to the next, it's still important for Sagittarius to go inside, to be quiet, to trust the process, to allow the new to rise, so that your luck, your buoyance, that thing you have, can surface. But it has to surface because of Pisces. It has to surface from surrender. You have to surrender. It's 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 because Sagittarius can be very like really knowing, right? They're very knowing, and it's okay to be a Sag and to not know for a split second, because you're gonna know immediately soon anyway. But if you surrender, you can open up to a possibility, and the question is, are we receptive? But I'm not going to talk about that, because for those of you guys who want to get into the deeper work, you got to come to 13 Moons, Daughters of the 13 Moons, and where we literally are getting into the rituals and the practices. So, all right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a really beautiful day. If you guys need any support, you can check out my website, healwithmoonmama.com. And I would love to support you. I offer coaching packages for people who are really devoted and ready to be in a consistent relationship with this work and transformation. And I also offer now back Daughters of the 13 Moons for people who want to harness their their feminine power. So Daughters is not necessarily just for women. It's about people who are devoted to anchoring into that feminine energy. Yes, we started. We started. I've been saying this Sankofa. Sankofa such. So we started, and now the next time it's open, it will be in a month. So the membership is it. We have like 2 or 3 days a month where you can join, and then it closes because the work gets started. So for those of you who haven't joined, you can go get on the wait list and you can join next month. And so I'll send you the link for that, and you can go get yourself ready. And then so next month around today is like the 22nd, so it'll be next month around the 20th or something like that. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful day.